welcome to our first video, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing 5 different types of slime clays. First up we have Daiso clay, and Daiso clay is the most popular slime clay, I would think, just because a lot of slime shops or slimers use it in their slimes, and this is my first time using Daiso clay, so I was really excited to see if Daiso clay is as good as they make it look. So I'm adding this just to my regular school glue base, and I was only adding a small chunk at a time so I didn't overclay my slime or make it stiff. Daiso clay has such a different consistency than any of the other clays in this video. It's very crumbly and soft and so satisfying to mix in. Like these next few clips here where I'm mixing in the Daiso clay to my slime are probably some of my favorite clips in this whole video. I just think they're so satisfying and amazing. When the Daiso clay is all mixed in and you're starting to inflate the slime, it'll get so sizzly and so light and so puffy. I really enjoy this, and I understand exactly what all the hype is about. If you are interested in purchasing any of these clays, exactly where we bought them will be linked down below. The next clay we will be testing out is Model Magic. Model Magic is probably the most accessible clay. You can find it at Walmart, Michael's, Target, and it's also for a really good price. So I feel like Model Magic is probably the clay if you just want to make a butter slime at home and you don't have to buy it from somewhere fancy. You just go to your grocery store and it'll be there. So this clay was very stiff when I pulled it out of the packaging, and this was actually very different for me because usually Model Magic is like very moldable and stretchy, but it wasn't the case for this time. I don't know if it was just dried out or something, but this one was very hard to mix in and was just hard in general. Usually when I use Model Magic, it will make a very dense and creamy butter slime, but it will dry out in a couple of days. This dried out as soon as I put the clay in, so this is a very different experience for me than when I had used Model Magic before. I feel like the best way to mix this clay in is to squeeze it and clump it down so that it doesn't look as rippy and you don't have clumps of the slime clay in there. It was good right as I mixed it in, but the more I played with it, the more it started to rip, as you can see here. And I was stretching it very slowly, but it would still just rip and break off. Now we will be testing out Kawaii Slime Company clay. Now, already this clay is just a big step up from the last two. They have like 20 different colors you can purchase on their website so that your slimes look as beautiful and colorful and bright as possible. And as you can see, this red is just an amazing color that you could not really achieve with food dye. So that's already one amazing thing. This clay was very wet and almost sticky right as I felt it, but it got better once I started to play with it more. It was very hard to swirl this clay or make really any shape with it just because it was so light and airy. But this clay mixed in so well. It was already like a really slimy texture. So when you put it with slime, it just made a really spreadable and smooth butter slime is how I would describe it. You will see here that the slime will actually start to melt down the more I mix the clay into it. I've actually never had this experience with a Kawaii Slime Company clay before, but it was easily just fixed with activator, unlike another clay you will see later in this video. My sister actually had to go in and take our disgusting looking activator bottle and pour activator on it, but it was good as new right after that, and a very, very good clay. Again, lots of color options you can choose from, and if you just have a tiny bit of activator on hand, which they do sell on the same website they sell their clay on, this slime will be amazing. I very suggest it. Okay, now we have my slime clay, and this clay came in a box and 2 bags, and right as I opened it up, it had a very toxic scent. This slime clay was not dried out and had a very thick and dense yet creamy texture, and so I had very high hopes for this because I assumed it would make a marvelous butter slime. I was very, very happy in these next 15 seconds because it was starting to mix in very nicely and become my dream butter slime, but it all went downhill in the matter of a minute. Similar to the Kawaii Slime Company clay, this clay started to melt down my slime or get it sticky again, except this time it was a lot more severely melted, and it was a disaster. It was messy. It was sticking to my table, my hands. I even got a little bit on my tripod, and I have a whole other 10 minutes of footage of just trying to activate this so I could pick it up and throw it away. And again, my sister has to come in with my disgusting activator bottle and activate it. So this was not a good slime clay, and the only thing I could think of being good about it is if you have a really stiff slime like the Model Magic slime, you could just add a tiny chunk and it would be good as new. And we actually did that off camera, and it made the Model Magic slime amazing. So yeah. So now we have the last clay, Slime by Jacqueline Clay, and as you can see here, you can only purchase this clay in this giant kilogram size. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, just because it is $21, but you will never run out of slime clay, which is pretty cool. This clay felt similar to the Kawaii Slime Company clay, except it was not sticky and a lot more moldable. I actually really enjoyed this texture, and it was probably my favorite clay texture out of all the clays in this video. So this is really off topic, but I don't know about you guys, but who else is getting major Cinderella milkshake vibes? I just, that's what I felt when I was making this, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cute slime. But anyway, this slime is an awesome clay, or slime. This clay is an awesome clay for clay DIYs because it will stay in place, yet it's very moldable and soft and easy to mix in. It felt so amazing on my hands, mixing in the silky clay to a glossy slime, it really creates an amazing butter slime texture. And unlike the Daiso, it is more dense for my liking. It's not as squishy and inflating, but it still gets amazing sizzles and is very holdable. I love this clay. Please tell me what you thought of this video down below, just because it is our first video. And thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe, and check out our slime shop at www.kalaskaslimeshop.com. Bye!